Welcome back to Boom and Bust. My guest is Thomas Caldwell. He is chairman of Caldwell Securities Ltd in Toronto. Tom, I just sort of opened the door to have the discussion about different aspects of the Canadian economy. I know you look very closely at the energy sector. Are these good times for Canada's energy sector now that President Trump will be president?
Not necessarily.
Okay.
If you listen to his goals are drill, baby, drill. We want more explanation. We want to be a bigger, they are an exporter of oil now. We want to be a bigger exporter of oil. So it'll set a tone. Will it be directly beneficial to Canada? I don't know. Somebody asked me the other day, do you think it'll improve the Keystone Pipeline again? I'm not sure of that either, because that was at that time. Now, if they want to bring prices down, that's probably a good thing to do. But if you have exploration booming along, then that could be enough of a benefit for them. So I'm not sure of that. And remember, all those pipes, hundreds and hundreds of miles of pipeline, they've been in storage. And once pipe have been in storage, it's garbage because they're all sitting on top of each other, and pipes are circular. They become oblong. All of those pipes are now scrap metal. They got to go back and be rebuilt all over again.
Wow.
So it would be nice if he did it. I'm not sure he would. He did approve it. Biden canceled it. But we're talking now 7-8 years, and the dynamic is a little bit different now. So
Indeed.
it could be positive for us, but we've never missed an opportunity in that world. I mean, whether it be liquid natural gas, LNG, etc. So it'll be interesting to see. I think it will set a tone and put a climate catastrophist to the background a little bit to say, let's build an economy, let's work toward cleaner energy. But you can't do it on an arbitrary date, and I think that'll be a good thing. It'll set a different tone.
Yeah. So what does that mean for our electric vehicle industry? Is that going to be in trouble in Canada now?
Well, as you know, I'm an old capitalist, and I always keep saying the market will decide, and the market will decide. And what it's saying right now is we're not that keen in electric cars just yet. And that's not saying we won't be 5-10 years from now, but it's better to let the consumer decide. And the government won't even let the consumer decide because, remember, the Chinese can lay an electric car down here at $20,000 to $30,000. We can't compete with that. So they're going to put massive tariffs on that, which is kind of conflicting with their climate goal. But I don't think it really, and if you look at the demand for electricity, we're talking about, blockchain for currency, crypto, and artificial intelligence, talk about that. I mean, the power demands are immense for that. And then if you look at a big traffic jam in Toronto, which is not hard to find, look at those and think of all those cars on electricity. It's a lot of energy we're going to need and a lot of grid to get that energy out. So I think a lot of the political movement in that area is way ahead of reality. It's going to happen at some point. But remember, electric cars don't work above the 59th parallel anyway. So that's another topic for Canadians.
That's another topic indeed. Yeah, well, I mean, I guess the markets, though, are reacting to President Trump's victory. They seem to like it so far. Is that your read on things as well?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And you had this insanity of the Democrats talking about taxing unrealized gains. I mean, that robs everybody. And it's just not realistic. It's not normal tax of people on stuff they haven't realized. You'll take after the big trillionaires. Okay, you're worth 10 trillion, you got to pay $1 trillion, but it hampers people growing capital. It hampers businesses. They'll say to some, because remember, they are in Canada, they are coming for your house at some point, saying, "Oh, your house is up $1 million, therefore you owe $500,000 in taxes, and you haven't sold the house yet." It's insanity. So part of the recovery in the markets was a relief rally. Thank God we're not going to have lunatics running the store. And secondly, you're going to have reduced regulations to somebody sensible. Nobody's against regulation. Just get them so they work. They're not strangling anything. And you're going to have an encouraging, growing economy. In Canada, economic growth is a bad term because it's equated with somehow you're messing up the environment. So I think it was a combination of policies, relief from insanity, and I think it'll have a long tail. It had a big bounce up, then it'll pull back, which markets tend to do. But this will have a positive underpinning for the market for some period of time going ahead, I think. So the markets will have a good tone to it going ahead as a result of this stuff.
Yeah, it seems that way because they've reacted this way, and it's not as if there's been a come down from that. We've got about 20 seconds left, so let me just sort of before the break. So let me just sort of set this up for you. Maybe we'll have a longer conversation about this after the break. But already, President-elect Trump is starting to pick his economic and immigration and national security teams. On the economic front, we've seen that it involves Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy. So I'd love to get your reaction to that, but we'll get the reaction right after these messages.